This is from an article that I received. It's called CDL Life, and they're talking about how here is the dates for the next year's biggest truck inspection blitzes. They're very proud of this. They want to make sure that the truckers know we're going to blitz you. And to be honest with you, that infuriates me. It really does. The Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance, which is the CVSA, has announced dates for several truck inspection campaigns set to take place in 2021. You've made it through Road Check, Operation Safe Driver, and Brake Safety Week this year, but the CVSA are already looking ahead to next year with the major operation efforts already scheduled. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, you're threatening me every year with this stuff over trucking about safety. You're worried about truck safety, and it's all good to have safety, but there's a point where safety becomes harassment, and I feel that us truckers are being harassed, and they're giving you the dates. I can tell you the dates: May 4th through 6th, July 11th through 17th, August 22nd through the 28th, and then one day where it's supposed to be Holy Hell Day that they're going to blitz 15. They're bragging 15 level 4 inspections, 15 trucks per hour per minute. And the only thing that's bad about all this is, and it's not because my truck's not compliant or your truck's not compliant or whatever it is. Most companies have it to where you have a 3-month truck inspection that you have to get done in your truck. They make it a requirement. And the part that sucks for me is that so every scale that you come to, it's going to be a high chance that you're going to get pulled around the back, delayed. It's not the inspection. My truck will pass the inspection, and I'm pulling trailers that are always inspected and they're good to go. I mean, I'm not saying that there's a chance that something won't be wrong. Of course there will be. But most of us, we take care of our stuff and we make sure it's compliant. We have to. Because we know that we're gonna get picked on during, especially a town like this. So the thing of it is, it's the delay factor. And then you might see in most states, if you're running interstate, if you're running interstate, just before you leave the state line is a scale. So you might get harassed there. And then when you cross into the next state, within 5 miles or so is normally another scale. So they're going to hit you again, maybe. So now if you get on the 57 South and you cross over, then you got to go on to 24. There's a scale on 24, and they're going to get you, and they're going to stop you. So it's the idea that what they're doing is you're going to be getting delayed all the time and harassed. And if you're an owner-operator like me, it costs money because you got fuel in and out of trucks, out of these scales. Plus, they might be stopping you when you're getting off at a ramp or anything. They can stop you anywhere. They can stop you. I see them stopped on the highway all the time just to check you out. Maybe they hear a noise or they just stop you. Or they don't like the way your truck looks, or maybe because you got a big nose, or I don't know. But they stop you, and then they're going to inspect you. Then you're going to get hit again at the scale. I remember a couple of years ago, my son got scaled twice. He hit a scale. They inspected him, which was fine. He went into the next state. At the next scale, they scaled him in. They weighed him in again, pulled him around back, and did a level inspection on him again. He showed them. They said, well, we don't care. This is a different state. And they inspected him all over again. So imagine how much time that takes. An inspection's not a 2-minute job. You're in 2 minutes and you're out. They go underneath your truck. They check everything. They check all your airlines, all your brakes, all that stuff. And it takes time. Then you got to go inside and they fill out the paper, and that takes time. So, I mean, it's a large amount of time that they're taking up, and you're trying to make a living. It's not fair. Why don't they stop cars? Why don't they start doing inspection on cars instead of just trucks? Cars cause most of the accidents. They cause the trucks to run into you because they drive like idiots. Why don't, instead of doing truck harassment week, why don't they get out there and bust these speeders? I'm doing 65 miles an hour and a car goes past me. What was that? He's doing 90. But that's okay. But as soon as the truck runs over the hill, they'll grab the trucker and not even stop the speeder. That's not right. We're trying to make a living. We're moving stuff across this country right now during a pandemic. We don't get extra pay. We get less pay because I can't get as much freight going. And now during this stuff here, you're going to make less money because they're going to be harassing you all the time. And it's not that, oh, the only time they're going to harass us is during those 4 days. They're doing it all the time. I see it all the time. So what should happen is truckers should have our say too. So during these weeks, when they're going to have this here, I'm parking my truck for a week. Every one of these weeks that they're going to do this, I'm going to park my truck. I wish the whole country would be with me and do this. It wouldn't take long to get this to stop. I mean, you got your companies that when you get leased on, they send you for a truck inspection, and then every 3 months they send you have to have a truck inspection. So now, and then in between that, you got state troopers stopping you all the time, and they're inspecting you. So imagine what the cost is. Every 3 months, you have to have an inspection 4 times a year. That's $403 estimated. It's roughly $400 a year per truck. So think of the cost that there is. I know some of you think, well, you make big money. No, you don't. If you was to ask me, should I open up a trucking company and start making money hauling freight? My answer is no, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. The costs of operation, the cost of diesel fuel, you have IFTA, you have all kinds of road use taxes and stuff that you got to pay, not counting your license plate and not counting your insurance. Now, if you're like me, you're a carrier, and my insurance is pretty cheap. It's about $15,000 a year for just one truck. Imagine if you had 10. A lot of money for insurance. So, and then your maintenance of fuel, oil change is about $350 a year, a month, $350 a month, and then every 3 months you got to have that $100 inspection, and I can go on and on. But anyway, the basic thing is I wish that the truckers would get together and during these shutdown weeks, stop the country. Stop the country. They're harassing us too much and we don't do anything about it. It's bad enough that our wages are real low. When I look at my costs, my operating costs on my truck, my profit margin is small. I'm probably equivalent to a small grocery store in profit, if that. And that's a shame. But now remember, since I'm an owner operator and a driver, my life's on the line every day when I'm out on the road. And you can't factor in what that's worth. Plus, think about your home life. What home life? So, answers are Truckers Unite. Let's send a message to these jerks in 2021 about harassing us. Like I said, we get inspected by our companies every 3 months. So why add this other harassment on top of that? That's plus just going in the scales and being harassed there on a normal basis, and you're going to throw in 4 special times? I don't know. Anyway, that's my view. I'll never back down from my view. I hope that you hit that like and subscribe down there, and I'll keep bringing these to you and let you know how I feel. Right or wrong. We'll talk to you later.